What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Keto Rewind. I am Jess, and today is day 2 of week 2 of the Flab Fighter Challenge, or the challenge that we're doing on this channel for the month of March, where it is basically a high protein, low carb, keto lifestyle, and I'm sharing my daily menus and meal plans of what I'm doing to lose weight. Now keep in mind, I'm not a medical doctor, not a healthcare professional. This is just my experience of what I'm doing to lose weight and keep the ball moving and the scale going down in the right direction. So anyways, you do you, talk to your own doctor. But if you are looking for inspiration or motivation, this is the great month to watch on my channel. So anyways, let's talk about today's talking point before I jump into the full day of eating high protein, low carb. So the first thing is, I get this question. I mean, I've been doing keto for 4 years now, over 4 years. And one of the things I always get when people ask me about this is they are like, how do you do it? I can't do that. I like sugar too much, or, it's too restrictive. Like the same responses are always, what are to be expected. So I thought, that'd be a good topic today. Like, how do I do it? Why would I want to do this after 4 years? Even though I'm not at my goal weight, even though I regained 60 pounds, why would I want to keep doing this? Or how can I keep doing this? So the first thing is, I always keep in mind the world's not set up to be healthy. The world is set up for instant gratification, all the food, abundance of the food, fast food, sugar, everything, the marketing, everything is in your face. It's not even a hard concept to grasp why we have such an obesity problem. And it's because of this. It's in your face 24/7, and food tastes so good, and all the bread and all the pasta, and it's just not set up to live the lifestyle, a healthy, modest approach to eating, So, it makes it so hard, and I think that's part of the reason why it's a hard lifestyle to make an actual lifestyle and not like a fad diet. And it takes absolute dedication to the lifestyle to make it a lifestyle. And that's why it is so easy to get caught up in the rebound or the yo-yo or the bouncing from diet to diet because, oh, this doesn't work for me. Well, you got to think about what's happening here and who's really speaking the loudest in the room. Is it the side of you that wants the sugar, the carbs, the abundance, the convenience, all of that? Or is it the person that wants to feel good? That wants to put the work in, that truly loves feeling good, and those above all have to be enough to make this, your choice, right? So I struggled with that a lot in this journey and over the 4 years I've been doing this because it's so hard. And I think about, I was making my menu for next week and I was looking at the calendar because my kids both play volleyball. One plays competitive volleyball, and then the other sport is softball. They both play softball. One of them's a competitive softball, so it's like four sports between 2 kids. And I look at my calendar, and my first thing is like, how am I gonna fit all the prep, all the food, all the planning in? So it's your first response is natural, being like, I can't do that. It's so much easier to pick up food on the way home. It's so much easier to throw pasta with some sauce on, but I don't feel good that way. It may taste good, but it doesn't feel good, so it's worth putting in that effort to feel good all day. So I'm just like, I just see it as a challenge. I see it as it's possible, it's doable. What do you want more at the end of the day? Are you gonna show up, or are you not gonna show up and take the easy path out of fast food, convenience, and not put the work in, but expect the results, or blame keto for you not putting the work in? So, and it's something that I struggle with. I'm not saying I'm speaking on my own behalf here, and I just know by saying that a lot of people can relate to exactly what I'm talking about. So how is it sustainable? Why do I keep coming back to it? Well, it feels good. It honestly does, to get that mental clarity, to not have the inflammation, to not have the constant, this is the big one, and this is probably more than the other two I just said. the less sugar I have in my diet, and I'm talking the processed sugar. I'm not talking about the sugar, the natural sugar that occurs in vegetables. I'm talking the processed sugar that's in a cake, something that's just, just something that tempts me, like a donut. The less I have of that stuff, the more in control I'm back in my life. Like when I'm on that stuff, it's like a whole nother Jess. She's possessed. She wants more donuts. She wants more pasta. She wants the bread. And when you take that away, it's like I am so much more in control of my decisions, and my desire for those foods goes down. And the longer the duration between the next hit of sugar, the easier it is to say no to those foods. Right in that first month, I'm always so vulnerable to when it's just a donut. It's just one thing and I'm gonna burn it off. I'm working out today. All the excuses, come in to play. But the longer I say no, or I choose no, and I choose showing up over taking the easy way out, the easier it is to make the lifestyle sustainable, to make it truly a lifestyle and not a diet. So, and I find that, I'm 1 week ahead of you guys because I'm filming ahead, but I'm 3 weeks into this, and it's like I'm at that point where it's so vividly clear how good I feel. So right now it's easy to say no, to make that effort. But those first 2 weeks, anytime you start something up, I'm so much more vulnerable or tempted to make that bad choice, to not choose to show up that day, to take the easy way out. So I hope that makes sense. But I'm saying in the grand scheme of things, the more I choose my health and stand up for my health and plan for my health and truly do what I say, the easier it is to say no to those things. And that the voice that says, eat me, to the donut just kind of vanishes, or it gets so little that it's so insignificant, because the other part of me says, oh man, you feel so good, the scale's moving, you're doing it, you're showing up, you want this, so that voice keeps getting louder, and it extinguishes that voice to cheat or have that treat. So if I could give you any advice, the more you stick with it and you're consistent, and the less you let that other part of you in your life, the easier it is to get this done. So, and that's basically my spiel for today. But I do fear that moment or the situation that comes up where it's a party, it's a get together, there were so many things to do that day, I had to eat out, that anxiety of that does kind of scare me, but it makes me feel so much stronger in control that each day and each choice that I make that is for me, in my best interest for myself, So anyways, enough on that. If you can relate to that, definitely comment below. But please, please, please take each day at a time and put that work in. Be consistent. So I am going to hop off here. We'll go to the kitchen and start the day 2 or Tuesday in the week 2 meal plan. And real quick, if you haven't downloaded it or you want a copy of it, go to KetoRewind.com and you'll click on the Flab Fighter Challenge and it'll bring you right to where you can download it. And I put each of the daily videos on that page as well. So if you miss one, it's all right there. So anyways, let's get day 2 started. It's Tuesday. I'm having my normal omelet, which is 3 egg whites cooked in butter with 1 whole egg and peppers and onions and cheese stuffed inside with 3 slices of Canadian bacon. For lunch, I'm going to stick the cheese inside my turkey. So I have turkey and cheese roll-ups. There's 6 ounces right there and the cheese is inside. Can't see, but an ounce of cheese. And then I'm going to make my Greek yogurt with granola on the side. So this one is the Costco brand or Kirkland. I'm looking for 170 grams, or it's 3/4 of a cup. Measured that all out. This one is the fat-free one, but again, whatever fits in your macros is what you should be having. I have a higher fat dinner coming up, so that's why I'm aiming for fat-free. So, but I get it to as close. I was being a little tedious here. To 170 as possible, and then you're going to measure out your granola. This is the Carbonate granola that I have. It's gluten-free, it's keto, there's 3 grams of net carb per serving, and it's pretty tasty. So, but being that there's quite a bit of calories, there's actually more calories in that than the Greek yogurt. Make sure you measure it out. And then I'm looking for 30 grams of granola. And again, this is where your calories are going to add up, so you definitely want to measure out the granola. So, and just get it close. It doesn't have to be perfect. But anyways, that is what a serving of granola looks like. And it's not that much, to be honest. Like I said, that yogurt has way less calories than the granola does. So anyways, let's go to dinner. My husband is making a smoked tri-tip. You can put this in an oven. You don't have to smoke it. I have a whole video on how to do the tri-tip, but you're going to get a tri-tip, put the smoker around 300 degrees. He has garlic, salt, pepper, paprika on his rub, and then he's smoking it for 1.5 hours.
One eternity later.
In the miracle of time, about an hour and a half later, or until it gets the inside temperature of your desired doneness, he pulls it off at like 150, and then when he wraps it in foil, it keeps rising. The temperature keeps rising. So you definitely want to let it rest before dinner. So for the side, I'm going to do this organic riced cauliflower stir fry. It's got cauliflower, peas, corn, peppers, onions, and it's one of the times you can cut corners that have pretty decent macros and very minimal ingredients. So you could make a riced cauliflower all by yourself, but I've got to get to some softball games tonight. So I have 4 tablespoons of butter here, and I'm doing 2 packages of the riced cauliflower. Basically, in each bag, there's 2 servings. There's 3 servings in each bag, and I'm making 2 bags worth. My kids are each going to have a serving, and Kyle and I are going to have 2 servings because that's what fits in our macros. So and it's a real easy, you just mix this around, and I added for extra just fluff. I added some broccoli. My kids were dying for broccoli, so I threw that in there. It just helps make the volume of the food go up without changing really the macros. So next you're going to season it up. It does come with seasonings, but I like to just top it off with some fresh seasonings. So I'm going to put onion powder, a little bit of garlic powder, and that just gives it something fresh, and pepper and salt to taste. My husband started smoking that tri-tip right in the afternoon, so it made it real easy to have this all done and be able to stay on track. But there, after it rests, look how much juices came out of it, and it really is tender, tender, tender. So when you're cutting meat, you're going to want to cut against the grain, so find where the grain of the meat is going, and that's what Kyle is doing. He's searching for what direction most of the grains are going, and it looks like that, so you get a perpendicular to the grain, and that makes for such a tender slice. And then slice it up, and it is so delicious. So don't forget about the tri-tip. It's like a lean brisket, very similar in taste and texture, but the lean part is what makes the difference, and it fits in your macros pretty well. So look at that. Does that not look delicious or what? So my side is coming together. Everything has basically defrosted and came together. So I'm just going to plate everything up now. Give it one last stir and fix the plates. So here is the finished product. I have 6 cooked ounces of tri-tip, and then I have 2 servings of the cauliflower mix. And that is dinner. All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. I am Jess. I will see you tomorrow for day 3. Bye!